So you had riot police out there last night. They did their best to get that situation under control. Watch some more of this. Yeah, I guess you could say they had their hands out full out there last night. Anti-Trump protesters smashed police cars, climbed up over the roofs of cars. They blocked the streets. In the path there, at least 20 people were arrested. Take a look at this. By the time it was over, they had about 20 people arrested, as I said, but inside, it was a different story. The frontrunner got rock star treatment from supporters. Watch.
If I don't win, I will consider it a total and complete waste of time, energy, and money. I really mean it, because we are on the verge of doing something that's really unprecedented. You know, they used to call it the silent majority. Now we'll call it the noisy majority, because we're not going to take it anymore.
Not going to take it anymore. Senior national correspondent John Roberts joins us live from Burlingame, California today, where the GOP's state convention will soon kick off. So, John, quite a bit of protests out there last night. What should we expect to happen today, do you think?
I expect there may be more of it today. By the way, Martha, last night, a Trump supporter got really roughed up. He was yelling at an anti-Trump protester. Somebody grabbed his hat, ended up with a bloodied face. Don't forget, Orange County is one of the most conservative areas of California. Saw protests like that. We are just south of San Francisco, and at least one group has been trying to recruit people on Facebook to come out to the hotel where Donald Trump is speaking today to get people out to protest. He'll be talking at noon Pacific, 3 o'clock Eastern time. But at the same time that people are increasing their opposition to Donald Trump's potential candidacy, there are increasing signs that members of the Republican establishment are coming to grips with the idea that he's beginning to look like the inevitable nominee. Last night at that rally in Costa Mesa, Donald Trump said people who once shunned him are now calling him, looking to come on board.
The biggest people are saying, well, we think Donald Trump is going to make a great president. They said, wait a minute, 5 weeks ago the guy was saying I'm a stiff. What's going on over here? What's going on? The biggest senators, the biggest Congress people, we have unbelievable support.
Now, what's really interesting, Martha, and we've talked about this before, that this year, for the very first time in anyone's memory, California is going to be a very important state in terms of the nomination. But people here don't vote until the 7th of June. The most important contest at the moment is what happens in Indiana on Tuesday. If Ted Cruz manages to stop Donald Trump there, it certainly could change the equation to a large degree going forward. Yeah.
So this so-called alliance between Cruz and KASICH is showing a little bit of fraying at the seams, shall we say.
It is. You'll remember it was big news Sunday night, Monday morning, when the Cruz and KASICH campaigns very publicly said that they were going to work together to get out of each other's way. Ted Cruz would have a clear path in Indiana, KASICH in some other states. Well, Cruz has been hammered by Donald Trump about that ever since for, quote, colluding with the KASICH campaign. So now Cruz is saying, deal? What deal?
I recognize that the media is all eager to talk about an alliance. There is no alliance. So John Kasich made the decision in his own political self-interest to withdraw from Indiana and to go compete elsewhere. And that was a perfectly reasonable decision.
Well, that brought a pretty swift reaction from John Weaver, who is John Kasich's chief strategist, saying, I can't stand liars, on Twitter, and later tweeting out, good thing I grew up in far west Texas, snake handling skills coming in handy. Both Kasich and Cruz will also be appearing here in California. Kasich will be speaking this evening. Cruz and Carly Fiorina on the agenda for tomorrow. Martha?
Something else. John, thank you.